Check, 1, 2, check. Check, check. Let's go.
Crypto DLT with MrConectr. Be sure to subscribe. Hit the notification bell for daily content. Let's go.
I think where USDC is going to hit a cap is going to be at scale. The market, the 24-hour volume for both USDC and USDT is like $25 billion or something. That's like 400 times less than what we do every day.
It's really close. I mean, USDC itself we've seen over $3.5 trillion of transactions directly on the internet between counterparties. And so if we can, improve it with more scalable blockchain technologies like, Brad's company provides.
So I think that USDC has,
technologies if we can, improve it with more scalable blockchain technologies like, Brad's company provides.
So I think that USDC has, 100% a place to play. I don't know that in its current construct, it can play at the institutional level. So when I talk about the $10 trillion that we're processing every night,
more scalable blockchain technologies like, Brad's company provides.
But when are you going to move into stablecoins?
Yes.
When?
Yes.
More scalable blockchain technologies like, Brad's company provides.
Massively scale over the next few years into many trillions of volume and scale on a daily basis.
What's up? It's MrConectr. How's it going today, guys? Back again for another live stream. What's going on in the world of crypto and distributed ledger technology? Let's check into it today, guys. Let's see what we've got coming out today. It looks like Circle has gone public. Circle is now officially a public company listed on the New York Stock Exchange under CRCL. What's up, my chat? We've got Buckles in here. I had a test stream earlier with a couple guys tuning in to test out the new Rumble Studio. D Cartel's up in here. Evan XRP. Good to see you guys as always. Ravencoin and Holo got a little pop earlier today. Okay, cool. We'll check that out in just a minute on the Conectr coins list. I've got the Holo, but I don't have the Ravencoin. What's up, Jeffrey? Good to see you. Just missed the podium, my man. Coming in fourth place today on the stream. We're doing good today. Checking out this Circle IPO with USDC, EURC, Circle Payments, and more. We're pushing forward with a future of frictionless value exchange. We're not just building financial products, we're building the money layer of the internet. I can't play it for copyright, probably. Circle's on the stock exchange. But check this out. Circle, the chief financial officer, cashes out. Of course, when they go public, guys, that's the opportunity. That's exit liquidity. Anytime a private company goes public, that is exit liquidity for the founders and the people that hold the stocks. I appreciate that, Jeffrey. Yeah, guys, hit the like button. Thank you, thank you. Sounds good. Punching through nice. Good. Nice. Yeah, I used a different server thing this afternoon. Yeah, but the Circle, the chief financial officer for Circle, cashes out of $37 million worth of shares on the IPO this morning. 6 times more than the original disclosure. Oh, wow. So they disclosed way less than that. All that's supposed to be out in the open. When you go public, it's all supposed to be disclosed. Huh. Wild. All right, guys, I'm trying something new here. I have implemented above my head here TextRP. If you want to send me a comment on TextRP, it will stay pinned on screen. I really like what those guys are doing, Will and the guys over there at TextRP. They've got a really good product. I've got the screen pulled up here. So I'm logged into my wallet right now. And just making sure you can see that. Yeah. So these are my last two messages. I'm moving up and down. Log into textrp.io with your Zaman wallet and pin your message here. Of course, I have a note there to be respectful. Of course, I can delete at will. I am the controller of the connector room on TextRP, and it's room 589, guys. How did I get room 589? I thought that was pretty cool. You guys remember Veracity? Yeah, VRA. No, I don't hold any of that. I remember hearing of it. God, there's so many coins. And Raven coin. I don't even know what that is. Old school from back in the day. Wow, really? Maybe I just forgot about it. Evans holding VRA for sure. Long hold. Okay, good. Dent. I used to hold some Dent. Holo. Yeah, definitely. Still holding my Holo. They've been building this entire time, trying to build a peer-to-peer agent-centric internet. Holochain was around. They were the first one to talk about agents, AI agents, running the nodes for a decentralized peer-to-peer internet. So I thought that was cool, something cool to hold on to. Yeah, but TextRP, they were at the Las Vegas convention. They won first place for their video here, or their pitch for 2025 Shark Tank pitch, hosted by Digi Perspectives. I'm gonna play their thing here. Maybe I won't get a copyright strike. If you're watching the video afterwards, it might cut out the audio. So we're just gonna let it play because I might have to do like a copyright fix to cut out the audio. Let's check out TextRP right quick. Check out their video that won first place on the Shark Tank. Not the real Shark Tank, but the Shark Pitch competition, I guess.
Ours is a world of increasing complexity. People are juggling too many apps to get anything done, causing confusion, wasting hours, and missing opportunities. And blockchain's potential remains untapped for practical everyday use. The need for a solution that streamlines communication with blockchain has never been greater. We are TextRP, created by Will Moreno, an Army veteran with a background in telecommunications and electronics engineering technology.
Shout out to Will.
Alongside is Mike Wood, computer engineer and CTO.
And Mike.
Team TextRP is a diverse group of motivated individuals from around the world. TextRP is the chat layer for the XRP ledger. Together and with your support, we're on a mission to bring everyday communication to decentralized protocols. TextRP unifies messages from many platforms into one secure inbox with all the features you expect in a modern messaging platform. And your XRP wallet address
So yeah, I've already linked my X, or it was Twitter back when I did it. Linked that to my TextRP account where all my messages are all in one place. A couple different platforms. That's pretty cool. But right now I'm in the connector room above my head. So if anybody wants to send a comment to have it pinned on screen, I think that's a pretty good way to use this platform. You know how the YouTube comments go away. I'm also on several different platforms now, and those other platforms can use this as well, So I think it'd be cool. And there's also, I don't know if I can implement this in the future or not, but there's also, let me black box, get rid of that and that and that, and you can see at the top right there's It's green now. See it? You can make phone calls and video chats with your XRP Ledger account. So I might be able to implement that in the future. Okay, let me put this back on. Black box. That. Cool. Let me check something right quick, guys. We'll get to the show in just a minute. Yeah, that'll work good. I'm just checking out the layout. Because the Rumble logo, I can't move it around, so I'm having to arrange everything around the Rumble Studio logo. And I'm just getting used to this Rumble Studio. For those interested, it's just like StreamYard, but it's free. So, very cool. Let's keep watching this.
Your ID, enabling wallet-to-wallet chat.
Yeah, so your XRP account is your wallet ID. You know, you use your ID, your account as your ID, basically, to log into this platform. And that's how others can find you. And I think maybe you can like send XRP in it as well. I haven't tried that yet, but still getting used to all of it. Set this up a while back, but I really need to get this going and use this. Hope you guys are doing good today. Give me a like and subscribe if you're new. Let's check out the rest of this.
For use, simply connect your wallet and go. Our widget integrations enhance chats with in-chat XRPL payments, NFT trading, DeFi, games, productivity tools, and more. This is real.
And I think it'll alert. We'll hear a sound if someone, or whenever someone messages or posts, I think we'll hear a sound letting us know to like look above my head. I really need to do that in case there's any bad comments I need to delete. So don't you guys get any ideas out there?
Utility, a unified, secure messaging solution for this new era. Since launching beta, we've onboarded more than 5,000 XRP wallets and continue gathering user feedback. Our model blends innovation and user focus, offering messaging credits, asset trading, and third-party integrations. So if you provide a blockchain service, deliver it on TextRP for an enhanced user experience. We stand out from mainstream apps with standard end-to-end encryption, native Web3 integration, and widgets for third-party applications. Our growth hinges on connecting any XRP wallet effortlessly and continuing to onboard communities. And we launched a powerful new browser extension that adds a chat link on any XRP website. Your support for TextRP helps drive further.
Cool. We'll cut that off earlier, but yeah, that was really good from TextRP. Shout out to those guys working hard over there, creating something brand new, using the Ledger. Wow, what a good use case for the Ledger, guys. Shout out to all you guys building on the Ledger. Very cool. All right, cool. What else do we have here? Let's get to the Conectr coins. All right, for today, we've got Electroneum up 8.8%. I did get back into Nano recently. XNO. I got a few of those. 5% up, 18% on the 30. Not much going on in price action today. Where is that one you were talking about, Raven? I want to see what that is. I can't remember. Raven coin. Oh, yeah. I had to see the logo to spark my memory. Peer-to-peer blockchain facilitating the efficient creation and transfer of assets from one party to another. It was a open source fork of Bitcoin in 2018. I think I used to have a few of those. No telling. Let's get back to the Conectr coins. What's in the gutter today? Energy Web's down. Zebex had a little pullback after that awesome run. Got some good news on Corium, guys. Core. You know, this is the bridge. This is a bridge between the XRP Ledger and the IBC network, just like Axelar is, right? And it's looking like Core will be used as a fee for all the stocks, guys. Check this out. Future Digital Asset posted, if you hold XRP, you should hold Sologenic and Corium, the holy trinity of digital assets. All public stocks and ETFs from day one. This is in August, guys. All public stocks, he says at the end. Watch the guy on the face. Watch the guy on the left, his face at the end.
One more thing on the long term, because I think I heard you mention it earlier, just talking about, being able, to tokenize some of these.
And on the right, CEO of Texture Capital. CEO on the left, and then the CEO of Sologenic and Corium on the right. Got Richard Johnson and Mike McCluskey. And so Solotex.com is where it's going to be at, a marketplace for tokenized RWAs by Texture Capital, a FINRA SEC registered broker dealer. So them together, they're going to be bringing all the stocks on chain starting August.
More, financial vehicles like ETFs, things like that. I don't know how much you can say, but are those things going to be ready on day one at the launch, or is that still kind of that further on long-term vision?
We want to provide access to all public stocks and ETFs on day one.
We will provide access to all public stocks and ETFs on day one. Look at its face. All public stocks will be on Solotex.com using Sologenic and Corium. Tokenizing U.S. stocks and ETFs, brought to you by Real Sologenic. I don't know what this is. I gotta stay away from music. They'll get me on copyright. Evan says Proppy is Michael Arrington's wife, is who runs it, and Michael Arrington is Brad Garlandhouse's best friend. No lie. I did not know that, Evan. I know the lady who ran Proppy. She was, isn't she like Russian or, I've seen her before. I didn't know that they were, married. Cool. Maybe I did hear that. And once you bridge to Corium, get yourself involved in Pulsera, says Future Digital Asset. The Pulsera DAX. Decentralized governance. Pulsera is the first DAO on Corium. I did get this airdrop because I held Corium. The first DAO on Corium, putting you in control. With Sera tokens, stakeholders vote on fees, upgrades, and more. No whales, just no gatekeepers. Just true decentralization. Enterprise-grade security. Pulsera's multi-sig accounts require multiple approvals for transactions, perfect for enterprise managing digital assets. Liquidity rewards can earn Sera tokens for every block validated on Corium. Custom pools, low slippage, and passive income, all in one DAX, DAX. Corium and Sologenic and Pulsera and XRP all working together. All the stocks. They say day one, and that's August. I'm not sure which date, but that is this coming August. You can get any stock in the United States through the Texture Capital broker dealer. Very cool. That is wild. Okay, let's get to the top crypto gainers and losers today. Again, DEXE is up just a little bit. Wait a minute, this isn't right. This is not right. The top 24 or past 24 hours, top 100 coins is only 2% up. No, that can't be right. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this. I just don't believe that there's nothing above 2% up. I mean, let's look at the Conectr coins or live coin watch. Take off my favorites on the 24-hour. Well, you know, that is only the top 100. Huh. Have to keep an eye on that. Okay, let's look at the top Made in America cryptos past 24 hours. Well, yeah, there's Ravencoin. Good call on that one. If you guys have been holding that a while. 42% up. Yeah, something's up with that. I'm just going to get rid of that one. Stick with the American cryptos. Ravencoin. And there's Nano up only 2%. The very next USA crypto is only 2%. So yeah, Ravencoin had a nice run this morning. There's the 7-day on Raven. From 1 cent to 1.5 cents, looks like. And you've got a $587 million volume. Let's look at the market cap. Well, its fully diluted value is 332 million with a 15 billion total supply, 21 billion max supply. Ravencoin is a digital peer-to-peer network, aims to implement a use case specific to blockchain, designed to efficiently handle one specific function to transfer assets from one party to another. Fork of Bitcoin. Bruce Fenton, Tron Black, and Joel White created it. All right, cool. Let's check out the categories for crypto today. And let's see if there's any categories that are popping off. Binance Alpha is up 4%. Let's see if there's any major moves. BNB Chain is up 3%. RWA, Real World Assets, is only up 2%. AI agents are down 6% overall. So all the coins that deal with AI agents down a little bit today. Reddit points is up 20%. Fortnite bricks are causing this category to go up a little bit. Let's see if there's anything else. Any major moves? 7% down for startup memes. 23% down for Bonk Fun Ecosystem. Okay. Hope you guys are doing good today. We've got Evan said, when I see old coins like Raven pop a little, that tells me we're going to go on a run. Yeah. The bull run is about to start when the old coins start to pop for no reason. That sounds good. We'll take it. Everything of value in the world will be tokenized. Lehman Bird, CEO of HBAR, yeah. HBAR announced an hour ago it's coming. Oh, wow. Spidey senses are tingling. Okay. That sounds good. We're ready, aren't we, guys? Let's go. What's today? Thursday, June the 5th. Let's check out the events calendar. If there's any projects we're into. Flare Anchor Partner Spotlight. The evolution of Layer 1 with utility at its core with at Anchor at 3 p.m. UTC. Let's see if there's any other major ones. So I guess they're holding the spaces today. Flare and Anchor. What's Anchor? ANKR. Staking platform, trusted, tested, turbocharged Web3 infrastructure, leverage top infrastructure for Web3, any Web3 use case. built on 75 plus networks. I'll give them a follow because they're working with Flare now, it sounds like. All right, cool. Oh, there it is right there. Looks like it just got over with. The evolution of layer 1 with utility at its core. There's a good flare spaces there. What else? Ton builders call, DeFi call for Telegram. Ton coin, I mean. There's Filecoin. Storage now partners powers Atlas experiment data access and CERN computer pipelines. Wow. Filecoin working with CERN. That makes sense. CERN's got, I don't know what I think about CERN really, but there's a lot of data. Anchor's real. Yeah, I've heard of it, but never got into it. Riddlers love Thursday. I do too. I've always loved Thursdays. It'd be nice to get some movement today. Yeah, but that makes sense to use Filecoin with CERN because you've got so much data coming out of CERN. You used to, I don't know if you still can, but you could lend your computing power to CERN and I guess research some of their results because they can't even look at it. They can't even process that much data on their own. So, Filecoin is Greg Kidd. Yeah. Greg's a man, wasn't he? He was in this space. What did he say? Well, I love the story he told about the poker table of how, he was interested in Bitcoin. And when he was introduced to XRP, he was like, wow, it's Bitcoin, but it's faster and more scalable. And there's an extra accounting column. So yeah, it's a XRP Ledger is a financial system in itself, What else do we have today? God, so many projects. Chainlink Labs joins Global Sync Foundation to help set blockchain interoperability standards. They need to get those pricing data feeds right. They had that big DPEG for that stablecoin the other day, which messed up a leverage trade for someone. What else? Circle goes public. Yeah, we just saw that. Cool. Let's move along to the Bitcoin dominance chart today. We're going back up a little bit. 24-hour chart there. Back up to 61%. Let's take a look at commodities. I heard that silver's popping off. Let's see. Yeah. 35.60 for silver. Gold's at 3,350. Let's look at that silver chart. Let me zoom out a little bit. There you go. 45% up since 2023, it looks like. We'll take it, won't we? But, this stuff has always been held back, and we still don't have really good price reflection from silver. Let's hope that some of these naked shorts get figured out and get corrected. Cool. Let's look at Crypto Panic. Let's get into the news for today. What's up, X Lloyd? How you doing? Good to have you in the chat. We're just going through some news now. And to remind everybody, I'm trying out a new thing above my head. I've got TextRP loaded. So if anybody wants to send a if anybody wants to have a message pinned on the screen. You can log into XRP with your Zaman wallet and use that as your identity. Create like a profile or whatever and join the Conectr room. Room 589. Cool. Yeah, I thought that'd be a good way to integrate something like that. What's up, Mojo? Good to have you. SEC delays decision on SUI spot ETF. Inside Ethereum's big pivot, can the digital oil sustain the rally? I don't know. I'd kind of be scared to be in Ethereum right now if it was me, but who knows? That's just me, guys. Beijing police and BEE. Well, what did they do? Delete that? Or did it just refresh? All right, let's start over. Solana breakdown signals short opportunity outcome. Altcoin rally looms. That sounds good to me. Cool that you're doing that XRP. Yeah, thanks, man. Will and Mike Woods killed it last weekend in Vegas. I heard, yeah. I played their little video at the beginning of my stream. The one they won the Shark Tank. Well, not the real Shark Tank, I guess, but the Digital Perspectives Shark Tank competition. Yeah, very cool. It's the Conectr room. What's the handle again on Zaman? Well, you know, it's TextRP, and you use your Zaman wallet to log into TextRP. And that's your identifier, is an account. So if you don't want it like to be public, you create a new XRP account or whatever, you know, however you want to do it. And then you just search for room 589, Conectr room. I guess I could put the room number up there at the top. Yeah, you should be able just to look for, type in Conectr and find it. Conectr room. And I'm hoping that it's where when somebody messages me, I've got the notifications, audible notifications, so a sound should play. That way it'll inform me to look at the comment. Cool. JP Morgan to accept Bitcoin ETF shares for loans. Hong Kong green lights crypto perpetuals for institutions. We'll find one. If it's really interested, we'll click on it and check it out. But I like to read through the headlines like a lot of people. Just get the headline. Solana breakdown signals short opportunity while altcoin rally looms. Just read that. Oh, here's that one. Beijing police and BEE formalized virtual currency disposal. What's a currency disposal? Agreement for disposing seized virtual currencies via Hong Kong exchanges. Oh, selling them for money. They better hold on to it, right? Got you working on it. Oh man, that'd be cool if someone could try to send a message on TextRP. Those guys have really been working hard. They've created a really cool product, guys, using something we love. You know, I'm like proud of what those guys are creating over there. And you can even use video chat and phone calls through this as well. If you got that hooked up. I haven't gone through the settings a lot, but we'll get it figured out. HTX withdraws 570 million from Aave, briefly spikes lending rates. Interesting. Circle shares open at $69 on the New York Stock Exchange debut. I saw something where a lookalike stock went up like 6,000%. It got the benefit of its ticker looking like Circle's ticker. It was like, maybe it was one letter off or something. That would have been nice. And whoever holds that stock, that's pretty wild. India and the U.S. hold talks ahead of interim tariff deal deadline. Trump backs Truth Social, advances Bitcoin ETF plan with SEC submission. Got the top women in Web3 and AI. This might be a good one to check out. Let's see here. And if they had a list of the top women in crypto. Oh, they do, but no pictures. I like to put a face to the name. Shout out to all the women in crypto. All right, let's check out newsnow.com. 53 million XRP stunned top U.S. crypto exchange in 1 minute, 2 hours ago. Let's check this out. Stuns as top exchange. 53 million. XRP whales are likely in a sell-off mode amid uncertainty in price action. XRP has experienced price volatility in the past 24 hours with a decline, pushing it to test the $2.15 support level. According to Well Alert, Unknown Wallet made two similar transfers in quick succession to Coinbase. The XRP whale transferred 26 million XRP to duplicate to the exchange. All right, which one of you guys out there did that? Was that you, Jeffrey? Did you sell 26 million XRP this morning? The value of both transfers and fiat stands at $117 million. Jeffrey says, Anchor and VRA are going to take me back to a nostalgia trip to 2021. Yep. Yeah, I hadn't thought about those in a while either. 117 million. Which one of you guys out there is doing that? Come on now. Stop doing that. Paper hands. Jeffrey, I wish. Pundit says the real XRP FOMO will start at this price. When XRP hits $1,000, that's when we'll see massive FOMO from the masses. Desperate to own one XRP. The post, which quickly gained traction, taps into a growing narrative that XRP's long-term value lies not just in its utility or legal clarity, but in its scarcity and psychological appeal. That sounds good to me. Oh, I hear a sound. Was that? Oh, that's Buckles. What's up, Buckles? Lurking with Mr. C. Vent. Oh, Vincent Wilson. So Vincent Wilson told me that 20K XRP would be life-changing. That's cool, man. Appreciate that, Buckles. Very cool. Got my first on-screen message. What's up, Silver Days? Back up in here. Turple's in here. No, you're good, Turple. I was just looking at this text RP box above my head here. And Buckles sent me a message. So that's cool. It's kind of like a little, it's a private chat room, but I made it public. I made sure to announce that it was a public on screen so people would know that come in there on the live stream, you know. Yeah, man, I appreciate that. Buckles has got me. Evan's holding for generational wealth. Nice. Yeah, long term. And this article here says FOMO for XRP will start at $1,000. That's wild. Let me see if I can react to that. Oh, yeah. There's a little moon ship. That is cool. On-screen pinned comment for text RP in the connector room. Was it easy to find, Buckles? Maybe I need to put 589. It's room 589. There at the top. Cool, cool. Let's get to our bookmarks for today. We've got Pumpius posting about Robinhood acquiring Bitstamp. This was a couple days ago. Yeah, I feel you there, Jeffrey. My eyes are getting worse as well, man. XRP would be a good name for a bakery. Yeah. All right, what's Pumpius saying about Robinhood acquiring Bitstamp, unlocking a licensed global crypto exchange with deep roots across the EU, UK, US, and Asia. But here's what they're not telling you. Bitstamp tweeted in 2024, last year, XRP is going to make history next year, this year. This isn't just an acquisition, it's a strategic position for what's coming. Why Bitstamp? Why now? Because XRP's moment is near, and they want a front row seat. So Robinhood is in the game, guys. In the blockchain crypto exchange game. With that purchase of Bitstamp, institutions are circling, liquidity rails are tightening. The next financial reset is being built right in front of you. History's happening, and XRP is at the center of it. So this is that old tweet. XRP going to make history next year. But they changed the page Bitstamp by Robinhood. So there's that tweet. Bitstamp by Robinhood tweeted out, XRP is going to make history this year. All right, bring it on anytime now. We're ready. This is huge for XRP. Bitstamp plus Robinhood equals a global powerhouse. But Crypto Dude says it's a nothing burger. King Griffin has his fingers in this somewhere, so this is not good news for retail. Yeah, I wonder what they'll do with the payment for order flow, if that's going to do anything. If Citadel's still involved and all that. I don't know. Jeffrey says owning crypto is like having friends when you're young. You want lots. When you're older, you want fewer. Is it just me? Yeah, I kind of got in head first and bought too many small amounts of coins myself. This is too much to keep up with, but it kind of worked out for the show here. Rumors of Robinhood being added to the S&P 500 soon. Cool. All right, we've got Discover Crypto posting Elon Musk turns on President Trump. Trump's now saying he's very disappointed with Elon.
He said the most.
Did Elon use Trump? No. Did Trump use Elon to win the election, then abandon the plan of reducing spending? That's what it's looking like. Let's see.
He said the most beautiful things about me. And he hasn't said bad about me personally, but I'm sure that'll be next. But I'm very disappointed in Elon. I've helped Elon a lot.
Wow. Wow, he's very disappointed in Elon. Why? Because he wants to fix the country? This is what Trump ran on. We're at an inflection point here, guys. I like a lot about Trump, but when it comes to spending, it looks like he's ready to spend. So Elon responds to this. Buckle says Circle's IPOs going to 90 already. Wow. Let's check out the trading view on it. I don't know if it'll mess my chart up or not, though. We'll see. Is it? What's the ticker? Circle? That's not it. Circle swap. I don't know what the ticker is. CRCO, okay. Not found. Oh, it's in crypto. Okay. Oh, there we go. I had it on crypto setting. Oh, it just added it to my other coins and messed it all up. No, it didn't. That's the 1 minute. Let's look at the hour. Yeah, there's that candle for Circle right there. It went up 60%. Yeah, I guess the CFO did cash out with all that exit liquidity right there. Wow. Xloyd said, explain it one more time. I was able to find your... Explain it one more time. I was able to find you super quick. But why do you need me to explain it if you found it? Explain it one more time. I was able to find you super quick. What's up, Tara? Good to have you in the chat. That's a heck of a candle there. All right, let me get out of that. Back to my bookmarks. Oh yeah, I had this pulled up the other day or yesterday. I was watching the I know Evan watches Longo. Turple says Q post 813 people kill people. You are watching a movie. They want you weeks, a slave, a sheep, and distraction. Q. Okay. Yeah, we know that. They want us, don't forget, divided. They want us divided. They want us fighting and distracted. Well, that's part of distraction, being divided. Yeah, I was watching the, what's up, Mr. Zam? First time here? Cool. Salute to you. Right on. Lloyd hit us up with an invite. Nice. Yeah, Lloyd's the man. Or ex-Lloyd. Yeah, I was watching the Dr. Longo show and the Florida show, and they were talking about, one guy came on talking about, or it's called Old World Florida on YouTube. But yeah, talking about the Florida gold law that just passed. DeSantis approves law allowing gold, silver as legal tender. This was May the 27th last week. Tuesday, he approved a new law allowing Floridians to use gold and silver in certain transactions. HB 999 recognizes gold and silver as legal tender to pay debts incurred after July the 1st, 2026. So, wow, that's right before America's 250th birthday celebration next year, next July. Floridians can use gold and silver without it being taxed like property at trade. They can use it as currency. DeSantis claimed the law is the latest example of Florida's push for financial independence. These precious metals can start functioning like real currency again. It'll be something that you're going to be able to use, and it's something that will be very likely to hold its value or increase its value too. Under the new law, gold and silver coins will be exempted from sales tax, and check cashiers like PayPal could transmit and accept these payments. Now, how's PayPal going to accept a physical gold and silver? They're not. It's going to be tokens, guys. It's going to be... Well, it's starting to rain. You can probably hear some popping in my mic because it lets the noise gate through sometimes on the metal roof. It allows these coins to be recognized in certain transactions. It doesn't require financial institutions to provide coin-related services. Cool, cool. I like the way that sounds. All right, let's get back to my bookmarks. Yeah, it's wild to see how Trump is ready to spend on his big, beautiful bill. And the heck with Elon's government efficiency. He's ready to, he's already done with that. And then Elon responds to President Trump. Either you get an ugly bill or a slim and beautiful bill. Yeah. Elon says, whatever, to Trump. Keep the EV solar initiative cuts in the bill, even though no oil and gas subsidies are touched. Very unfair. But ditch the mountain of disgusting pork in the bill. In the entire history of civilization, there's never been legislation that both big and beautiful. That's both big and beautiful. Everyone knows it. Either you get a big and ugly bill or a slim and beautiful bill. Yeah, I agree with that totally. Let's slim it down. You got a lot of you got a lot of like Democrat people that have turned Republicans, but they still got some of those old Democratic values, guys, of spend, fiscally. What's the opposite of conservative? Can't even think. No, I've always been fiscally conservative. Evans in Florida since Cali in 99. Nice. Yeah, I love it down there on the coast. I love the West Coast. Something about the calmer water. Oh, you plan on moving to Destin. Okay. Nice, Dustin. Turple. That's the East Coast, right? I think so. Buckle says, y'all seen the meme coin on BitTrue from Solana called KBBB? Kill the big, beautiful bill? Cool. Uh-oh, we got a new message coming in. We got Nacho messages. What's up, Nacho? Shout out to MrConectr for working with the new XRP messaging system. What's up, Nacho? Good to see you, buddy. Wow, this is cool. It's public, though, so I hope it goes well. It is only to the individual that a soul is given, Einstein. We are not bots. Very cool. Let's add a reaction. Yeah. I think that's going to work out very cool, guys. Text RP. Use Text RP on the Conectr channel 589. The Conectr room. And you'll have your comment pinned. The latest comment stays pinned right above my head there. Very cool. Nachos shout me out. Very cool. Always trying to improve the show. All right, let's see what other bookmarks we have. Hope you guys are doing great today. Been streaming for an hour and 15 minutes. Let's keep it going. Smoke Dog posted May 2025, Bitcoin and Ethereum to be excluded from EU crypto regulations. A speech from the Central Bank of Ireland confirms that the MiCA will not cover all crypto assets. With some of the most well-known crypto assets such as Bitcoin and Ether not within the scope of regulation, given they have no identifiable issuer. Wow, Bitcoin and Ether will not be compliant with MiCA regulations because they lack identifiable issuers. That makes sense, right? Xloyd says, yo, that may have come in from the X post. Dope. They're responding. Oh, so like, yeah, I don't know. I don't see Nacho on YouTube. So he might be watching on a different, like on X. I'm currently on, I'm using this new Rumble Studio. Everything seems to be going pretty cool. But going into Rumble first, and then Rumble sends it out to YouTube, to Twitch, to X, and to locals. So I'm on 5 different platforms right now, just starting this yesterday. That is cool. I love the way the sound comes in. Awesome. And I don't know, maybe I can use it for phone and video conference calls one day on the channel. Wild. So Bitcoin and Ethereum are non-compliant because they're out of MiCA scope. Then by your own logic, we've got some fuzzers here. Utility. If you're saying that Bitcoin and Ethereum are non-compliant because they're out of MiCA scope, then by your logic, you'd have to say XRP is non-compliant too. If you admit it has no identifiable issuer. But that's the point, being out of scope. What's the issuer is the XRP ledger. It's baked into it. It has an identifier baked into it, right? But that's the point. Out of scope, non-compliant, just means regulation doesn't apply to that asset type. And then XRP payment says the entire issuer argument is flawed. They all have issuers. Well, sure. It has to start somewhere, right? Someone started it somewhere. A group of people or whatever. If you will, depending on how you want to interpret issuer. A person or persons developed all these blockchains at some point, and the tech to issue or create these digital tokens maybe should be creator, not issuer. It just needs an identifier, right? So what is compliant? Well, Smoke Dog posted right here 6 hours ago. Ripple's compliant. So Ripple is the institution. Yes, XRP will be covered under MiCA as a utility token. But it looks like XRP is compliant. Did you talk about him wanting to move C's watts? No, I got that up next, I think. Let's get to that. We saw Circle going public. All right, we've got, where is that? Oh yeah, we saw Corium. Guys, if you missed this, earlier in the stream, Sologenic Corium go live with Texture Capital this August, and they will be issuing every stock and ETF at start.
One more thing on the long term, can be ready on day one at the launch, or is that still vehicles like ETFs, things like that? Are these more, financial vehicles like ETFs, things like that? I don't know how much you can say, but are those things going to be ready on day one at the launch, or is that still kind of that further on long-term vision?
We want to provide access to all public stocks and ETFs on day one.
We will provide access to all public stocks and ETFs on day one. So all of them are coming on chain on day one. That's this coming August, guys. On Solotex. That's the marketplace for all ETFs and all stocks. This registered broker Texture Capital is going to be using the Corium team, Sologenic team, and I think Corium is going to be used as a fee for fees for Solotex. So that's big news right there, guys. And shout out to Zen Lounge. I watched his video last night on Corium. He's making those connections with El Salvador. The president met the Corium team, Sologenic team, a couple months ago. And now Trump is meeting with El Salvador's financial guy. So we'll see what's up with that. What's up, Protein 40? Good to see you. And Maximum FOMO. It's all about control. They want to know where they can drop the hammer. $40 grams of protein. All right, cool. We wanted to see the what was it I was looking at? All right, Ripple's MiCA compliant. Oh yeah, the California deal. So yeah, California passes a bill to accept crypto for state payments. So I guess at the same time they passed this, that California will seize Bitcoin left idle on exchanges. on crypto exchanges. After 3 years of inactivity, assets can be taken by the state under unclaimed property laws. After only 3 years. Wow. The bill now heads to the Senate. Okay, so that's just the House, the California House. And now they're going to send it to the California Senate, and it still has to be signed by the governor, I guess.
File item 186, AB 1052 by Assemblymember Valencia. Clerk will read.
Assembly Bill 1052 by Assemblymember Valencia, an act relating to digital assets.
Assemblymember Valencia, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Once again, muy buenas tardes, members. AB 1052 will establish a legal framework to legitimize digital assets, also known as cryptocurrency and blockchain, in unclaimed property law. California must protect consumer assets and embrace the legal recognition of digital assets, crypto and blockchain, as we continue to modernize our economy and the systems in our society. With that, I respectfully ask for a yes vote.
Thank you, Assemblymember Valencia. All debate having ceased, the clerk will open the roll. All members vote who desire to vote.
Yeah, not your keys, not your crypto. Oh, we've got another message coming in. This is cool. Oh, that's IBD Cartel. Nice. Okay, this is kind of dope. Yeah, you're on screen, my man. Nice. Very cool. For anybody just joining, I'm using XRP above my head here. So this is a public chat room, and you can log in with your Zaman wallet on textrp.io. And God, listen to that rain coming down. Turn up my mic. Wow. But yeah, you can log in with TextRP with your Zaman wallet and send me a public message, and it'll stay, the latest one will stay pinned right above my head. So I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, TextRP's doing it. Yeah, not your keys, not your crypto, and they can't take it if it's in your backyard buried. Yeah, but people's going to leave it on there. Wow, it's lightning and everything. Metal Layer 2 has the Chainlink integration now. Hope that isn't too annoying, guys. I know it's kind of loud. See your status page in the Chainlink ecosystem here. Thank you for your vote. The banking layer, Metal Layer 2 Chainlink ecosystem. Everything's integrated with Chainlink. But, you know, those oracles, that pricing data that needs to be right. They're using, they switched over to like a floating average for their stablecoin pricing instead of like real data. Sample that rain running through your synth. Let's get lost this weekend. Yeah, there you go. That sounds cool. I thought that was snare drums creeping. Yeah. Here we go. Mix it in with the synths right here. Kind of sounds like it. Search Conectr Jams on YouTube. Yep, got another channel. I need to get back at it. I just ordered a drum machine. I've got synths, but I just ordered a little drum machine. I've been used to using like a DAW, Ableton Live, but running this show, I need outboard gear because I can't run it all on my PC, processing all that data. Protein says supposedly you'd have to get it back by filing an unclaimed property form. Yeah, that makes sense. And for those that don't know, you can do that right now with your state. You can go to your Secretary of State's website and look for unclaimed property. Type your name in, And you may have some to claim. There may be some sitting there. Of course, the state's going to keep all that interest, though. They probably got it in a bank account somewhere. Maybe even type in a family, your parents, or even if they passed or anything, maybe type in your parents' name. Maybe you can qualify to get some of that back. Grandparent, even. You never know. Yeah, that was pretty cool mixing in the rain with this. Pretty cool. And that's the VLC player cuts in when I quit talking. All right, cool. Let's get back to my top of my bookmarks. Venom. Word on the street is there's going to be a $60 billion stronghold escrow lockup. Wow. This may actually play out to be like XRP in 2017 all over again. What a fantastic opportunity that would be. I know some of you guys are sitting on Stronghold SHX. That would be cool if half the supply was gone, like XRP. That's what pumped XRP back in 2018 when they announced the escrow. That's what gave it the huge pump. Lloyd says, "You the man. We need to hook up with the Sigma crew." Okay, they'd love your music. They'd love your live music next year in Vegas. Crowd sampling beats would blow everyone's mind. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I love the fact that it's like an instrument. You know, it's not just playing a song. Every time you get something different live, even if it's sampled, you know. The beat's dope. Thanks, man. Talking about a 3-year inactive account. Yeah, talking about the California exchanges confiscating your crypto after 3 years, but you're right, it could be just like the unclaimed property. It could just go to that. It could still be yours, but it goes into unclaimed property, but no one can claim it but you, evidently. So I don't know how long that stays on the state's books, so. Debunk JELPI has been following the escrow breadcrumbs, providing some real solid evidence that that's to come. Along with Red Pill Pro, yeah, I like him. SHX Guru, yep. Dylan Coles. And Crypto Banker, SHX, just to name a few, have some of the best SHX alpha out there. Stronghold and SHX are one of the most compliant companies in the entire crypto space. With this, little attention is wild, and when you lock into the team behind it, it gets even wilder. When we get clearer regulations and companies have a better idea of how they can approach their businesses, there's no doubt SHX is going to absolutely rip. Strongholders are going to be rewarded beyond their wildest dreams. Yeah, if there's a 60 billion escrow, how many coins are there on Stronghold? If they escrow 60 billion, there's only 100 billion coins, guys. So that's a 60%. If that happens, that's more than what XRP did back in 2018. If they take more than half of the supply. And don't forget, Stellar did the same thing. Or actually, no, they burned theirs. They didn't escrow theirs, but XRP is escrowed. We need XRP staking lending yesterday. Yeah, for real. Especially when you look at what's going on with my loan token. My God, look at this loan token, guys. This thing is rocking and rolling. Actually, I need to use CMC. Or I should use Metal X, really. Here's a 1-year chart on the loan token. Actually, let's go to Metal X. love this website. Just not a lot of liquidity. You have to be careful. You know, you don't use a lot of crypto when you use it yet. But look at this loan chart. Up 11% today. This is the day candles. So just a month ago, or actually April. Well, we can go into May. Right at the end of April, 00017. Now we're at 00042. Let's look at the week chart. In December, loan was at quadruple 07. Now it looks like it's up, what, 400%? To 0004. Quadruple 07 to 0004. That's a heck of a run right there. D-Cartel, where you staking Zebek? I actually had to sell some Zebek, man. I never took it off Uphold. And so when it's on an exchange like that, it's vulnerable to be sold for me. I wish I could have held on to it longer, but it is what it is. I like the project. I'll cover it. It's on the Conectr coin list, but I'm not going to chase the highs right now on that when I'm doing so well in these other trades like loan and bank social. Let's check back in on bank social. We called that on the stream a couple weeks ago, right before it popped. 008 right now. 30 days ago, I definitely got in before that run up. That's SHX. Where's Bank Social? Yeah, look at that chart. Here's this 30-day chart for Bank Social. Better show it. Look at that jump. It went from 00017 to 001. We knocked a zero off of that. Cool. Oh, what's this, guys? This tab here. We covered this yesterday. Don't forget about this if you missed it. Welcome to the Sleeve wallet generation tool. Sleeve is a novel wallet generation algorithm used by the XX network. With Sleeve, a backup quantum secure wallet is embedded into a non-quantum secure wallet. The uniqueness of Sleeve means that during the wallet generation procedure, two recovery phrases are created. The standard recovery phrase for your Bitcoin wallet, and at the same time, a quantum recovery phase is derived. So the XX network has figured out how to quantum-proof Bitcoin. That is wild, and that's the new wallets only. The new quantum wallet engine. Wallet generation tool. XX Slab Sleeve. Pretty cool. I wanted to touch on that just again. Oh man, you lost Zebek sent into Ledger? Dang. I don't deal with Ledger anymore. I don't know what happened with Ledger Live and me, but I could not, back in the day, I had a Nano? I don't know what was going on. This is weird. I tried installing Ledger Live on 3 different computers. I tried all kinds of different things. I even I even left the house and tried to update it. I could never get Ledger Live to update. I tried for weeks on 3 different computers and had such a hard time with it. I just said to heck with it, and I imported that account into another wallet. But, you know, they did get everybody doxxed. I didn't like that at all. Someone, I guess they got hacked, and all their everyone who bought a Ledger from them had their identity stolen back in the day. Wow. Checking in on my text RP. Let me react to D Cartel. See what kind of emojis are on text RP. There we go. Very cool. So yeah, that's cool how I implement that into the show. Yeah, Protein, I don't trust that backdoor either for Ledger. Yeah, there's some kind of I think you can opt out of it, but they backdoored the keys. They shard the keys where Ledger keeps I guess they keep a copy of your private key. Which is, I guess, nice for newbies, but I don't know. Maybe some people like that, but especially since they got hacked, you know, how do you trust that? There goes that snare drum again. I think I'm gonna get out of here anyway, guys. I've been on here an hour and 41 minutes. Probably jam out to the rain on the way out. All right, guys. If you guys have a great Thursday, hit me up on TextRP, Conectr Room. I'll probably keep that open on my desktop. Very cool. All right, guys. MrConectr out. Peace, guys. Have a good one.